Hey guys, how is it going today? My name is Morris. I will be explaining Java-based language. Um, I'm not sure if you guys have any prior programming experience. I'm gonna assume that you have just a little bit or have done some research into programming, or it's probably like your first semester in computer science, school, college, whatever, and they probably require you to do Java. And I'm gonna show you the basics that you probably need to know before you jump into a computer science class. Obviously, I'm not gonna go through the binary code like zeros and ones because that's just for the most part stuff that you might never ever need to use, um, unless you're really going to. I don't know. I mean, if you're really gonna jump into binary code, it's a bit out there, and most of the stuff that's actually applicable in the real world is based on high level languages like Java, C++, and Python, and stuff like that. So you're never gonna need to know you might not even need to know assembly for the most part for most of what you're gonna need to know for computer science. Some schools might teach you some stuff, but it's really out there. So I'm gonna assume that you already installed Java. I'm not gonna go through that with you guys. If you really want to know how to install Java, or if you don't have Java installed, there are videos out there that you can watch before you start watching this. Otherwise, the code that you're gonna write is just not gonna compile. So we're gonna start with this. As you can see, I'm using IntelliJ, by the way. You can use any IDE, it's fine. You can use a notepad. For all that it matters, it's still gonna run just fine. Okay, but for convenience sake, I use IntelliJ. So as you can see, I'm gonna explain everything over here. I'm gonna go through the basics of Java, and then we're gonna, hopefully my goal with this is to introduce you guys to Android development. um, I could use the GUI based system that comes with Java, basically. uh, you know, it's not good, it's not convenient for you to write programs that just run on the DOS system. I believe that's it. Yep. So you kind of want stuff that's actually usable in real life. In real life, no one's gonna use Spotify and basically have to use command prompt to run it. No one is gonna be doing stuff like that. So I'm just gonna run this with you guys, and yeah. So let's go. Okay. Just a second. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna explain some stuff for you guys. We have public right there. It's not needed. It's something you can do with class, but it's there to explicitly say that this is a public class and it should be able to be accessed. It's not protected. It's not private. It can be accessed by pretty much anyone. You can make an object out of this. Okay, we need it. We for right now. I'm gonna go slow with you guys. Again, I assume that you've done a little bit of research into programming so that I kind of don't have to explain everything, but I really will try my best to explain everything, so you're not completely lost. You're not like, what the heck is going on? So, because I don't know. I don't want to use exponentially wrong. A lot of people who've not done as much math tend to use that wrongly, and I don't want to use that. I'm gonna say it's gonna like run really fast. So if you tend to get, I don't want you guys to get lost, basically. Okay. So let's get started. So we're gonna use these things called methods. Okay, we need methods to perform functions, basically. Okay, you want something to add, you can like it's basically like using a calculator. Just assume this whole planet is based on methods. You wanna calculate math, you use a calculator. So a calculator is like a method. Okay, it's a method that does what? It does math for you. Okay, or you need a cup. You wanna drink something, you need a method. What's the method? It's the cup. The cup helps you drink stuff. So that's what a method is. You want to do stuff, you need methods in Java. It's an object. Java is an object-oriented language. So everything that you see in Java is an object. Everything. I know that doesn't make sense to you guys at the moment. It basically means it's a hierarchy system. Everything comes from something. So if you see class, it comes from extends object. This is extends object. Object is a class in itself. Everything is an object. Okay, but today I'm not gonna go into too much detail. Maybe in my next episode we're gonna start into more stuff, and once I feel like I've taught you the basics that you might need to know, we are gonna jump into Android development. Okay, so we're gonna create the method. This method is gonna be the main method, and you're gonna notice that you need the main method to do pretty much anything in Java. Okay, for you to run your program you need a main method. It's just needed. Otherwise the JVC is not gonna notice anything, and it's just not gonna compile your code without a main method. You need it. So we're gonna start with public static void main. Just follow along, I'll explain this to you. Okay, so public, again, it's an access identifier, basically. Public to be accessed by everyone. You have private, not to be accessed at all by, it's for security purposes. Most things you won't want them to be private. And then we also have protected, which runs on package level. So we have a package. This method can only be accessed by classes in this same package, basically. Otherwise you're not going to be able to. But in this case we're just going to make this public to follow general convention. So there we go. Static, I'm not going to explain this at the moment. It's just going to confuse you guys for right now. I'm just going to skip that. Void means that this method right here does not return any value back. Whatever, it's just going to be there. It's just going to do its function and it's going to stop. It just does its job. It does not do anything. Main is the name of the method. Again, you need this main. The computer has been trained, because if I change this to something else, the computer's like, what the heck is that? So it has to be main, and you can see this shows up. It says, hey, we are ready to run this program. And then we have string args. This is an array, okay, but we're not going to get into that. Just write it for right now, and that's all you need to know. And args means nothing. Again, it's convention. This could literally be that. Not a problem. Means nothing. So we're gonna show you guys how to write statements in Java, print statements. So in case you want to print out your name, like for my case, I'm just gonna go to that. I'm gonna say, hey, my name is Morris, and I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna say run, and down here you're gonna see it's gonna say, hey, my name is Morris. Okay, so just in case you want to create a new line and you want to say, for like column right there, you can do that. So backslash and n creates a new line in Java. So if you run that again, you're gonna notice that isMorris is gonna go at the bottom. So isMorris, create a new line, goes at the bottom. Okay, if you want a tab, replace that with a T. It's gonna create a tab. There we go. There's a tab space right there, as you can see. Okay. It's pretty much all I need you guys to know for right now, and that's gonna be just fine. Okay, so this was print line. Also, you can do one with print. So I'm gonna write some notes here. So the difference between print and a regular print. And regular print is that print line gives you a new line. Print basically stays there. It doesn't give you a new line, it just prints a statement. So I could do that with this, and like I did print, it's gonna stay on the same place. Okay, that's it for the print statements in Java. Also, we can use a format in Java that's called printf. So you can do printf. It's gonna be the same thing, but with this you're gonna need to pass statements. So let's create variables. Variables in Java could be strings, and we can name the string x, and we can say hello there, and literally we can just come here and print x. I'm sorry, let's close that. And if we print f of x, it's gonna say hello there. Okay, that's it. So also you might want to do some cool stuff. You might go %s, don't get terrified, it really means nothing too much other than this %s represents a string. So if you pass a string over here, you have to represent it with a string. And how do I know this is a string? Because I created it right there. It's a string. So that's all you need to know. So again, if I run this, let's create a space right there. If you run this, again, it's going to do the exact same thing. %s, there we go, hello there. But if I do something like %d, it expects a number. So if I run this, it's going to be an error. You're going to get an error and saying incompatible types, or there you go, illegal format conversion. D does not expect a string. It's gonna scream at you basically. So this has to be %s. Okay, you're gonna create a new line. You can do %n. Hello there, how are you doing? If we run this, you see what's gonna happen. So it does hello there, how are you doing? %n creates a new line. So that's all I'm going to teach you guys for today. Next episode I'm going to teach you how to create variables and all that good stuff. Okay, well, see you guys in the next episode.